Welcome to Azure Mastery Program. Today, I'm going to start a new topic. Name of is storage account. Storage account is one of the multi-purpose service, guys. It is used in almost all the type of project. If your project is cloud-based, definitely there's a 99% chances that it will be used. So once again, okay. One second, let me check the recording, whether the recording started. Okay, so going on. Okay, so the topic name is storage account. And under this storage account, we have multiple type of services available. One second. So due to some of the people will be removed from the meeting. Okay, especially Martin. Martin, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Okay, there's some issue. There's some issue with the Google Meet.
Okay.
Maybe in next few seconds you'll be dropped. So please rejoin. Okay.
Okay.
Or anyone, if you dropped somehow, then please rejoin. Okay. So guys, today I'm going to start a new track. The service name is storage account. And this service is very much useful in data engineering, software engineering, AI, administration, and architecting. This is one of the service. If you understand how to use, when to use, then overall you can optimize the operation cost of the projects. In 90% cases, cloud-based project, we are paying 30 to 40% extra amount. And with the help of this service, what you can do, this 30 to 40% extra amount you guys can see. So let's start here. So storage account is one of the PaaS-based service. What it means this service is available on top of the browser. Here you no need to create any VM. Means without VM, without network, directly on top of the browser, you can provide your solution. In case you're working as a developer or you're working on any other profile, so using the third-party tool, using the automation tool, or using the engineering application or platform, also you guys can communicate with the storage account. Means through the code manually or through the tool, you can very easily communicate with the storage account. So guys, before moving ahead, just wanted to tell you, nowadays the importance of the data is very high in IT ecosystem. And in almost all the type of projects or products are producing some data. So whatever the type of data you're planning to store, this is one of the centralized solution. Here you can store backup, you can use the same in disaster recovery, you can use the same to store the tabular data, messages, queues, file, or some engineering application, picture, audio, video, or whatever the file system you're planning to manage here, or the tabular data or messages you're planning to store here, you can manage here. So storage account is name of the service. We have total 6 types available. One is blob storage, table storage, file storage, queue storage. The first four are called the standard storage. So I would say there are 3 segments available. One is standard storage, second is the premium storage, and one is the data lake storage. So we have 3 different variants available. So if I'm not talking about the variants, I would say we have total 2 type of storage option available. One, some type of data you can store as a standard storage, and some other type of data you can store as a premium storage. Whenever I'm talking about the standard or premium, it means in background, Microsoft is using the special type of disk. In standard storage, Microsoft is using normal hard disk with a different capacity, while in premium disk, Microsoft is using SSD, premium disk they are using. And we have total 6 type of options are available, or we have total 6 storage options available. Now question is, what is the detail? What are the name of these 6 type of storage options? So here just wanted to write here. One is called the blob storage. Second is called the table storage. Third is called the queue storage. Azure Data Lake Storage, which is called the ADLS, file share, and disk storage. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We have total 6 type of storage options are available. So we have 2 type of disk are available, premium disk and standard disk, as well as we have total 6 type of storage options are available. This is one of the topic from where you will get at least 200 into a question. Plus, this topic will help you to decide the architecture. This will help you to optimize the overall operation cost of the project. So remember, guys, most of the people in most of the courses, people are covering the storage account in just 1 hour, 30 minutes, or 40 minutes. But just try to understand the importance of this topic. This is one of the cheapest platform available. In case you are a good solution architect or you are a great solution architect, what you can do, you can optimize the overall operation cost up to somewhere between 30 to 50%. So the first type is called the blob storage. The blob storage is mainly used. The blob storage is mainly used if you're planning to store the unstructured data or semi-structured data. For example, you're planning to store the CSV, TSV, Word document, audio, video, PPT, or or any file system, or maybe XML file, Excel, zip file, backup, data center backup, or something else, or machine backup, disk backup, file backup, whatever the type of artifact you're planning to store. If the type is semi-structured or unstructured, then you guys can maintain your data in a blob storage. While the second type, which is called the table storage, remember guys, the table storage is not a database. This is just a storage platform where you can store your data in a tabular format. And the third is queue storage. Queue storage you can use if you're planning to do the system integration. For example, there's one application running in United States, another application running in India. And in case you are planning to do the communication between these two systems, what you can do, you can use the queue storage. And ADLS means Azure Data Lake Storage. So ADLS is mainly used in data engineering as well as a data science type of project. This is also a type of storage option which you guys can use in case you're planning to maintain the hierarchy of your data, hierarchical fashion. If you're planning to maintain your data, then you can use the ADLS. And the second last is called the file share. So file share is nothing just replacement of the file server. Nowadays, or still in IT ecosystem, there are thousands of companies where the file servers are used. So this is nothing just replacement of the file servers. While the last one is the disk storage. The disk storage is nothing, just a C drive of the machine. So whenever you create any machine, whenever you planning to provide infra-based solution, so by default you'll get a C drive. So C drive of the machine is nothing, just a premium disk or disk storage. So in nutshell, I would say there's a storage account, there's a service, name of the storage account. This service is pass-based service. SLA of the service is 99.999999, total 16 times 9s, means availability is almost 100%. If I'm talking about the standard cost of the storage account is 2 cents per GB per month. With what it means? It means if you're planning to store the 1 GB of data for 1 month, then in Indian rupees, you have to pay 1 rupees and 80 paise. Only 1 rupees and 80 paise you have to pay per month. In fact, if you're planning to deploy a website, suppose I'm a brand manager of a company. I'm the brand manager of hundreds of products. And what I'm planning to deploy a website. So what you can do, you can deploy hundreds of websites, or including all these 100 websites, you have to pay only few rupees per month. For example, 100 rupees, 50 rupees, or 30 rupees per month only. Example is Dabur India Limited. So in Dabur, they have hundreds of products available in the market. For almost every type of product, they have a branding website. So most of the websites are deployed on top of the storage account. And overall, how much Dabur is paying per month? Just few rupees or few hundred rupees. So remember, guys, how much you are paying or how much companies are normally paying for a website, static or branding website, thousands of dollars per year. Here, Dabur is paying only hundreds of rupees per year. Okay, let's discuss in detail. So guys, in IT ecosystem, we have 2 types of disk available. One type is called the premium disk. Second is called the standard disk. What does it mean? It means If you are using the premium disk, means internally Microsoft is using SSD, solid state drive. And if you are using premium SSD or premium or SSD, so in this case, input output operation will be higher. Normally, the size wise, this type of disks are quite smaller. Performance wise, you will get the great performance here. While if I'm talking about the commercially, so commercially such type of disks are quite costly. So very costly. Same time in market, we have another type of disk available, standard disk. It means in backend, Microsoft is maintaining your data in hard disk. And if you're using this type of disk, it will give the lower input output operation. Size wise, these type of disks are quite bigger. Performance wise, it's slow. Commercially, it's cheaper and working on the RPM model. RPM is round per minute. So whenever you're going to read or write the data, internally there'll be a plate. The plate will rotate hundreds of time or thousands of time before reading and writing. So SSD versus HD. You see here we have two disks available. This is normal standard disk and this is SSD. You see, this is also small SSD. So SSD size wise, this is very small. Performance wise, this will give the super duper performance. Commercially, it's a costly, but performance wise, it will give the great performance, guys. While same time, if I'm talking about the disk, this is quite heavy. It will occupy a lot. I mean, it will take lots of space. Commercially, it is cheaper, but the performance wise, you'll get the poor performance or standard type of performance. So Microsoft is supporting both type of disks. It's totally up to you. Uh, are you planning to go with the SSD or you're planning to go with the SSD? Remember, normally as an engineer, as a data engineer, as a developer, what developers are doing, they are just creating. Then they don't understand or they don't know. That's why they are not taking any decision. Remember, your decision. If you're selecting SSD, suppose here you're paying $100 per month. So here you have to pay $700 per month. Or if you're paying $1,000 per year for the standard data, so same data if you're maintaining in premium days, you have to pay $7,000 per month. That's why in beginning I was telling guys, this is one of the service which will help you to control the operation cost of the project. So overall, I delivered this session in 9 hours. Next 9 hours, I'll deliver this session. It means today I'm not going to deliver 9 hours continuously. So today, next Saturday, next Sunday, in these 3 days, total 9 hours, I'll discuss and implement this particular service with the proper architecture and 100% implementation. So guys, here storage service. So we have multiple type of storage service or storage options are available. One is the blob storage. So blob storage is one of the highly scalable, highly available platform where you can store your semi-structured or unstructured data like audio, video, CCTV camera recording, backup of the laptop, backup of server, backup of your data center, or whatever the other type of data you're planning to maintain. For example, EXE, streaming, audio streaming, video streaming. So all such types of data also, any data which falls under the semi-structured or unstructured category in here. Next one is table storage. Table storage is mainly used whenever you're planning to maintain the tabular data. For example, nowadays on social media platform, we have huge amount of data available. And lots of companies, or I know lots of especially marketing or sales type of companies, what they are doing, they are maintaining or they're scrapping the data from social media. So just think for a minute, if there's a company, maybe FMCG company, or company is marketing company, or maybe manufacturing, or maybe pharmaceutical company, is such type of company just scrapping the data from social media platform. Do you think you can store the social media data in a database? This thing, guys, suppose all of you are the SQL developer. Is it possible to maintain hundreds of terabytes of data in a database?
No.
You cannot maintain. Region on social media, we have unlimited amount of data available. So you cannot maintain such a huge amount of data in a database. None of the database are supporting such a huge amount of storage options. But If we have such type of data available, so what you can do, such type of data in a tabular format, you can store in a table storage. And remember guys, this table storage is not a database. This is just a storage option available where you can maintain petabytes of data. Third option is queue storage. So queue storage is used whenever two companies are doing the system integration. For example, Air India and Air Canada. So these two are the airline companies. So whenever you're traveling from India to America or India to Canada, you are booking the ticket from Air India. Air India is providing the services from India to Heathrow Airport, and from Heathrow to Canada, other partners are providing. How exactly these two ERPs are internally integrated? So these two ERP easily integrated with the help of queuing-based services. So this is also the part of storage account, and this storage is mainly used. It's used in infra-based solutioning. Whenever you are providing any infra-based solutioning to the customer, in that case, this storage will be used. While files here is nothing, just replacement of the file server. So these are the 5 types available. Apart from these 5, we have one more option available, which is called the ADLS, means Azure Data Lake Storage. So it means we have total 6 type of storage options are available. Here, if I'm talking about the blob storage, so blob storage is mainly used whenever you're trying to store the massive amount of unstructured or semi-structured data. Under this also, we have 3 categories available. One is blob, second is page blob, and the third is append blob. So now question is, what are the question normally during the interview may ask, what is storage account? Why we need the storage account? What are the different type of storage options are available? Whatever different type of options are available under the blob? Why we should use the blob? When we should use the blob? When we should use the page blob? When we should use the append blob? Remember guys, all these are very important, especially from the architecting and budgeting, pricing, or operation cost point of view. Very important. Similarly, from this topic, there will be minimum 200 interview question, minimum. So guys, blob is mainly used, BLOCK. Blob is mainly working on the sequential IO pattern, means whenever you are reading or writing the data, in both of the cases, the data will flow in a sequence. And page blob is working on the random write pattern, means randomly it will read and write the data. And append blob is mainly used whenever you're working with the log files. Suppose the system generated log. Okay, or maybe it's a ERP log, CMS log, or any other type of log system or hardware generated log. So if any type of log you're planning to stream or store somewhere, so you guys can use the append blob. Now let's discuss in more detail. So guys, practically if you're planning to create a storage account, so we have some limitation. One is, if you're going to create a storage account, so name should be, or it must be in lowercase. You cannot create a storage account with the uppercase. Second is, name should be unique across the globe, not local to your subscription. The name of the storage account should be unique across the globe, and special characters are not allowed. Last one is, the length of the storage account should be between 3 to 24 characters. These 4 the constraint, and this is the interview question also. Now let me share the portal here. So guys, I told you there are multiple portal available, but the main portal is portal.azure.com, where you guys will get, you will get all the type of services depending on your business requirement or solution. You just go pick up and use it. So in my case, I'm going to use the default subscription. This is my subscription where every month I'm getting $150 from Microsoft for this training and certification purpose. So you see here, I'm logged in. After logged in, here the left side we have a service available. Name of the service is storage account. You see here how much credit are available in my subscription, 149.96. Okay, now let's do one thing. Let's check the storage account. Left side, I have a service available. Name of the service is storage accounts. And if you see here, these are some of the storage account created in South India. Today, I created these are some of the storage account in South India. Now, what I'm planning, I'm planning to create a new storage account. So how to create a new storage account? Here we have a button available, create. If you're planning to create a new storage account, from here you can create, or if you already have deleted any of the storage accounts, suppose last week I deleted by mistake or intentionally, I or someone else in my team deleted a storage account. In case you want to restore, technically it is possible. Within 14 days, you can recover your data. So what I'm doing, I'm going to create a storage account. To create a storage account, what we need, first we need a resource group. Resource group is just a logical container for the better manageability of the resources. So here on runtime, I'm going to create a resource group, name is RG. Suppose I'm working for the Dabur India Limited. So customer is Dabur and the project name is DSL. Okay, and I'm going to create the same for the production environment. So resource group name will be RG Dabur DSL prod. There's no fixed naming convention, but normally customer wise or tenant wise, or you guys can create your own, some standard for the project or product. So here I'm going to create a storage account. Suppose I'm passing the storage account name is duty free. So you see here, you'll get the error here. What is the error? The field can contain only lowercase. What I told you in last slide, it will accept only lowercase.
Lowercase.
Correct. So in case you want to pass lowercase duty free, still you'll get the error here. You see? And the error. What is the error, guys?
Yesterday you used it.
So it means it's already used by someone. So suppose I'm passing duty free one. Yeah, it is available. It means you have to pass, or you should pass the unique name. So I'm passing the name, suppose duty free LRS or duty free LRS. This is a very unique type of name, duty free LRS. So this URL means later on it will produce the URL. This URL will be unique across the globe. And where I'm planning to deploy the same in Central India. Why same in Central India region? Dabur is one of the Indian company, and most of the users also from India. So I'll prefer to go with the Central India for the better performance and lower latency. So next is, what is the use of the storage account that I'm planning to create? So as I told you guys, this is multi-purpose service here. So here, are you planning to use the same for the file storage, or you're planning to use in data engineering project, or you're planning to use for the blob storage? Suppose I'm planning to use, this is general purpose for the data engineering, or I can use in any other type of engineering application. Next is, so in backend, when you're going to create a storage account, so are you looking for the standard storage or premium storage? So guys, if you're planning to go with the premium storage, the cost will increase 7 times. Definitely the performance will be higher, but the cost of overall the operation cost of the project will increase 7 times. So most of the people, what they do, they are selecting the premium storage so that I can get the better performance. You should not select. You should mean some part of the business must be on premium and other must be on standard, depending on the requirement. So for the time being, what I'm planning to go with the standard storage. So recommended for the most scenario, most of the cases it is recommended. And when you can use the premium, whenever you're looking for the lower latency, especially if you're going to attach, suppose you're planning to attach a hard disk for the C drive. So C drive should be SSD, other disks should be, or other type of storage options should be standard one. So here you are giving permission to the Microsoft that Microsoft should attach in backend, Microsoft should attach the standard storage, means standard hard disk, or premium hard disk, means SSD. So you have to select either standard or premium. For the time being, I'm going to select the standard one. One more point, guys, whenever you're maintaining any data in a cloud, what internally Microsoft is doing, internally Microsoft will replicate your data multiple times. Means suppose I'm going to upload 1 GB video, or maybe 1 GB very important document I'm going to maintain in Pune. So what Microsoft will do, Microsoft will maintain, as a user, I'm going to maintain my data once, but internally Microsoft will create multiple copy of my data in the same region, same data center, or different data center in different region. So this is called the redundancy. So Microsoft is offering multiple type of redundancy. The first type of redundancy is called the LRS. LRS stands for locally redundant storage or local redundant storage. This is also into a question. What is LRS? So, and how LRS is working? So let me show you here. Make sure you'll focus, guys, here. The first type of redundancy is called the LRS, or locally redundant storage. So as a user, suppose I'm the user. So as a user, you will upload your data once. Suppose this is my data center. What is this? This is your data center. So as a user, I'll upload my data once, but internally, what will happen? Microsoft will replicate your data 3 times within the same data center, but different rack. How it is working? One second. Suppose I'm the end user. As an end user, what I'm planning to upload some CSV file or 100 GB video. Suppose what I'm planning to upload 100 GB of video. So this video will be uploaded 3 times. Means I'll upload once, but internally what Microsoft will do, Microsoft will maintain your data 3 times in 3 different racks. This is first copy, or first rack, second rack, third rack. Now question is, what is rack? What is data center rack? Anyone? To place the storage of the files. Data center racks. So internally, guys, within the data center, there are hundreds of racks, thousands of racks are available. So first copy of the data will be available maybe here, rack number 1. Second copy of the data will be available here. Maybe the third copy of data is available in same building, but 3rd floor, 5th floor, ground floor. So it means Microsoft is not maintaining all the 3 copy of data in a same rack. The data will be distributed within the data center, but in different racks. So how it is working? As an end user, suppose I'm planning to upload a video. Okay, what is the total size of video? Suppose the total size of video is maybe a few MB, GBs, or terabyte. Okay. Okay. Suppose this is my data. As an end user, I'm uploading my data. Okay, so I will upload my data once here. But this is my data. I'll upload once. But internally, how the system will work, it will replicate my data 3 times. So this is my data. I'll upload my data once, but internally Microsoft maintain my data 3 times in same data center, but different racks. So this is rack number 1, rack number 2, and rack number 3. In these 3 racks, so this is my data center. The outer boundary is nothing, just a data center. Within the data center, I have 3 racks available. Okay, what is this? This is your data center. Data center you also call the DC. So sometimes I'll call data center or DC. So both are same, guys. So how it is working? As an end user, you have to upload your data once. Internally, Microsoft will replicate your data 3 times within the same data center, but different racks, different power center, different cooling center. So here, data will be replicated internally. So what is the advantage? Why Microsoft maintaining 3 copy of the data? The reason is, suppose there's some issue here. Suppose this rack is failed, hardware, software, or power backup, cooling center. If something is happening, so because of the disaster, maybe this data is not available. If this data is not available, still the services will be up and running from the second and third copy. So every time you will get at least 3 copies of the data. If the first copy of data is not available, you will get the response from the second copy. If the first and second both are not available, then you will get the data. You will get the response from the third copy of the data. Is it clear so far to everyone? So Microsoft is maintaining 3 copies of the data.
Sir, we have to pay only for that single data
Yes.
we have uploaded.
I mean, you have to pay once, you don't need to pay 3 times. So, okay, let me tell you. So here first, LRS. LRS stands for locally redundant storage. Okay, so LRS replicate data, replicate data 3 times within same data center, but different rack, different cooling center. Okay, different power backup. Okay, different networking devices. This is key point. So it means power supply will not be the common. So in one data center, Microsoft is providing 3 power supply, mean from 3 different grid. If something is happening with the one grid, still services will be up and running from the second grid. This is number one. Second, with LRS, you will get the SLA. So LRS provides at least 99.99 total 11 times SLA. 11 times. It means 99.999999999 and 9% SLA. So total how many times? 99.11 times 9. It means 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. This will be the SLA. Okay. During durability of object over a given year. So it means in 1 year, SLA will be 99.999999 total 11 times. And this is lowest in terms of the cost. We have multiple type of redundancy options are available. LRS is lowest cost redundant option. Okay, this is lowest in terms of the cost. Now, question is how much you have to pay. So the charges you have to pay is 2 cents per GB per month. If I convert the same in Indian rupees, 1 rupee 80 paise. How much you have to pay? 1 rupee 80 paise per GB per month you have to pay. Per GB per month you have to pay. So guys, if you're going to maintain 1 GB of data, so monthly how much you have to pay? You have to pay 1 rupee 80 paise. This is storage cost. Okay. Next, it will protect your data. So LRS protects your data against server, rack, and drive failure. Okay. So if server is failed, disk failed, software failed, hardware failed, rack failed, in all these cases, it will protect the data. Suppose internally, I'm going to upload 1 copy of the data. Internally, Microsoft maintain 3 copies of the data. By default, I'll get the services from the primary. If the primary is not available, you will get the response from the secondary options. But in this case, there's an issue. The issue is maybe going forward in future, there may be a chance that entire data center is down. So if entire data center is down, you'll face the downtime type of issue. Okay, so how it is working in this case? Few other important point. So guys, in this case, Microsoft will copies your data 3 times in same physical location, but different rack will not be the same. So your data will be available in same data center, but in 3 different racks. This is point number 1. Again repeating, your data will be available in the same data center, but in 3 different racks. And the cooling center also will not be the common. Different rack, different cooling center, different power backup. Electric supply also will not be the same. See. Okay, so how it is working, and the process will be the data copy process will be the synchronous process. Means data will be replicated from primary to secondary in a synchronous process. So data movement will be synchronous. Data movement from one to another copy would be a sync process. So guys, it will be a synchronous process. Okay. So these are the important notes about the LRS. So guys, Microsoft is providing multiple type of redundancy option. This is one of the cheapest one, where the SLA is 99.99, total 11 times. Charges wise, this is lowest in terms of the cost. You have to pay 2 cents per GB per month. Now, I'll take a pause. If you have any question related to LRS, then please unmute and ask your question. Ashish Maurya, Bhanu Pratap, Bhupal Reddy, B. Manohar, any question?
Yes, sir. Uday. So if two of the server racks are down, so will that 2 more server racks will be ready in the same data center?
Very good. So how entirely the system is working? If one copy of the data is down, then internally Microsoft will try to create one more copy of data, but in this activity it may take some time. So it means Microsoft is committed to provide at least 3 copy of data, but at a time they will try to create 3 copy of data, but technically it is possible, but maybe because of the tsunami, earthquake, war situation, there's a possibility that entire data center is down, or maybe it can be any other region also. So because of any other region, there's a chances that entire data center is down. If the entire data center is down, then in that case you will get the downtime of issue. Okay, so there's a question from how do rack connect? How do using the network cables and devices? So for this, I already have shared a video. I'll suggest you to check this video. How entirely data center is designed. Google Azure region globe.
They are connected with optical fiber cables, I guess.
Of course. You see here, not only optical, there are lots of devices. You see, you do one thing, just go get a tour of the Microsoft data center. You'll get the detail how data center is designed by Microsoft. So what you can do, just go and get a tour. Okay, over there, monitoring, dashboard, cooling center, power supply, water supply, every detail you'll get here. Okay, next. Anyone, any question related to LRS, then please unmute and clear your doubts. If no, then I'm going to cover the second one, the second type of redundancy.
Hello.
Sir, it's like Microsoft create our backup without asking us.
Yes.
It itself create a backup.
Microsoft create as a user, you have to upload your data once, but internally Microsoft will create 2 more backup copy of data. Means you'll get total 3 copy of data available in backend. By default, you'll get the response from the primary one. If the primary is not available, then you'll get the response from the secondary or the third one. Total availability of the data in 1 year will be 99.999999 total, 11 times 9. Charges you have to pay. Storage charges per month you have to pay is 1 rupees 80 paisa, which is 2 cents per GB per month. This is the amount you have to pay. Okay, here in this storage, in this, what you can do, you can store any semi-structured or unstructured data, including your website. You can deploy websites also. Okay, no question. Then let's start the second one. The second type of option is called the GRS or Geo-Redundant Storage. Okay, Geo-Redundant Storage. So how it is working? So guys, suppose this is one of the region. And one more point, worldwide, we have more than 250 data centers are available. How many data centers? Worldwide, we have total 70 plus region available. In one region, there'll be minimum 3 and maximum 6 data centers. So worldwide, we have 250 plus data centers are available, and this feature is available everywhere. While the second option, which is called the ZRS, this feature is not available everywhere. So how it is working? So in one region, this is your region. In one region, there'll be 3 zones, and this feature is available not everywhere. There are few locations or few regions where this feature is available. Okay. So if you see here, I'm spending time on these type of drawings, architecture designing. Why? The reason, if I want, I can verbalize, but in 90% cases, you'll forget the same within 1 or maximum 7 days. Same time, if I'll draw the architecture, it will remain in your memory for a very long time, for years. That's why really I cover everything with the proper architecture. Okay, so next. So here, so this feature is available. This first 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. One more, guys, in real-time situation, if you're working on cloud computing, you have to design all these architecture. Doesn't matter whether you are at entry level or you are working as a VP, senior VP, region director. You have to design all these architecture. You cannot depend on someone else for all these type of activity, at least in 2026. So you'll get the real exposure how to design the solution. Okay, perfect. Next, so we have 3 zones available: zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3, and these 3 zones will be internally connected. So here, these will be also internally connected. So guys, the outer boundary is nothing, just your region. Example, center India. India, center India means Pune. So this, in India, we have 3 publicly available regions available, but this feature is available in center India only. It means in Pune only. So guys, in center India, in one region, you'll get 3 zones available. By default, there are 3 zones available. So first copy of data will be available in zone number 1. Second copy of data will be available in zone number 2. Third copy of data will be available in zone number 3. And the distance between these 3 zones will be minimum 500 meters. It can be 50 kilometers also. Worldwide, we have 70 plus regions available. Distance between 2 zones, it may be 500 meter, or it can be 50 kilometer also. So guys, mostly in most of the cases, the overall the premise will be the same, but the building will not be the common. Maybe one copy will be available in building number 1, second copy will be available in building number 2, and the third will be available in building number 3. If there is an outage, or if there's an issue at the rack level, hardware level, software level, drive level, disk level, data cooling center level, network level, or something else, or entire data center is down. So in that case, there'll be partial downtime. Means all the other region, all other zone will not be impacted. So still services will be up and running from the other zones, zones. So this is zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. Again, I take a pause. If you have any question, then please unmute and clear your doubts. Zone 1. This is zone 1. Zone 2. And zone 3. Okay, so in this case, how it is working? This is ZRS, or sometimes people are applying GRS. So ZRS, it replicates your data 3 times within the same region. But different data center, different rack, different cooling center, different power supply, different internet devices. So it means devices will not be too common. Okay, this will provide SLA of 99.99 total 12 times 9. In LRS, you'll get the SLA of 99.99 total 11 times, while in this case, you'll get the SLA of 12 times. ZRS is second lowest in terms of the cost. This is second lowest. And how much you have to pay for this? For this, you have to pay 3 cents per GB per month. It means 2 rupees 70 paise per GB per month you have to pay. In Indian rupees, if you convert the same in Indian rupees, you have to pay 2 rupees 70 paise. 90 paisa, 90 paise multiplied by 3. 2 rupees 70 paise per GB per month you have to pay. It means 3 cents. And it will protect the data. ZRS will protect your data against data center failure, against DC failure. DC means data center. If the entire data center is failed, then the secondary will come into the picture. If the first and 2, both of the zones are failed, DC and zone. Okay, if one zone, if data center is failed or entire zone is failed, then the secondary will come into the picture. The data movement from one to another zone also will be the synchronous process. Will be sync process. Okay. Again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, then please unmute and clear your doubts.
Are they like how far what is the distance between the two zones? I mean, they
Okay.
locate in the same area or different?
Got it. So there are 2 types of regions are available: horizontal region and vertical region. Question is, what is this? Example, Mumbai. Mumbai is very much crowded. There is no land. So in such type of cities, Microsoft will provide the vertical region. Means there will be a building. There will be a building. Suppose first 5 floor is zone number 1. Second 5 floor is zone number 2. Third 5 floor is zone number 3. This type of infrastructure is called the horizontal infrastructure. Mostly it is not available. Mostly Microsoft is preferring to go with the horizontal infrastructure. In horizontal infrastructure, distance between 2 zones, it will be a few hundred meters, or it can be 50 kilometers also. For example, suppose Noida is zone number 1, Gurgaon is zone number 2, Delhi is zone number 3. That is also possible.
Okay.
Even I'll give you example. In India, as of now, India's biggest data center is in Noida. The company name is IOTA or Noda extension data center, not Google one. Okay. You see here, in Noda extension, how many data centers we have? Utah data center.
Okay.
So here actually they have two zones available. One zone is available here, second zone is available after 500 to 600 meters. So they have two setup available. Okay. In one zone, they have three data centers available. So even I cannot show you the aerial picture, but it will take time to search. But it is okay. Let me try. The two premise available. This is the premise number one, and we have one more premise available, which is around 500 to 700 meters away from this premise. So there are two premise available. So it means whatever the minimum distance, I'm not sure. It will be few hundred meter, but maximum it may be up to 50 kilometer. So in most of the cases, the premise also will be the same. So it means there'll be region or there'll be area. Under this area, there'll be three zones. Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3. All these three zones are internally connected. So whenever you're going to upload any data, suppose I'm going to create a machine, so or I'm going to upload a picture. So as an end user, you'll upload a picture once, but internally what Microsoft will do, Microsoft will create 3 copies of data. The first copy of data will be available in zone number 1, data center number 1. So in one zone, there'll be 1 to 3 data centers. How many data centers? Minimum 1, maximum it can be 3 data center available in one zone. So guys, first copy of the data will be available in zone number 1, second in zone number 2, and the third will be available in zone number 3. So it means in this case, we will get the better SLA. If rack fail, hardware fail, machine fail, data center fail, or entire zone is failed, in that case, still the services will be up and running from the secondary or from the third one. Any question? Prasad Gaikwad. Can you hear me?
Hello. Yep.
Is it easy to understand or difficult?
Yeah, it's very easy. My question was that it's within zone, this LRS will be applicable, right?
Not within zone, within data center. This is within one data center. This is available within the data center.
Rack, so LRS rack can be zone 1, zone 2, or zone 3. It can be anywhere distributed.
No. ZRS, this feature is available in ZRS. Means, suppose first this feature is not available everywhere. For example, in India, we have 3 regions available. So this feature is available in all the 3 regions, but this feature is available only in Pune, means Central India. Okay, in this case, as a user, you have to upload your data once, but internally Microsoft maintain 3 copies of data. The first copy will be available in zone number 1, second in zone number 2, and the third will be available in zone number 3. Give me a few seconds. $85. Okay, so this is region. This is region. In one region, 1 or more data center. In one region, there'll be 3 zones: zone 1, zone 2, and zone 3. In one zone, there'll be 1 or more data center. It can be 1, 2, or 3. Clear? And all these will be internally connected. Okay, so first 2 are done. Now let's talk about the third one. And these are very important, guys, especially from the architecting point of view. The third is called the Geo-Redundant Storage, or GRS. So, 1 second, guys. Okay. Few seconds, guys. So LRS is GRS is nothing, just advanced version of the LRS. Again repeating, GRS means Geo-Redundant Storage. It is nothing, just advanced version of the LRS. In this case, two different regions will be involved. The first one is the primary region. This is your primary region. Example, suppose Central India. And this is your secondary region. Example, South India. Okay. As a user, you have to upload your data once. In fact, okay, as a user, what I'll do, I'll upload my data once. So this is my primary region. I'll upload my data in a primary region. I'll upload my data once, but internally what it will do, first it will create 3 copies of the data in the primary region. Once these 3 copies of data will be ready, and this activity will be synchronous process. Once these 3 are ready, then asynchronously, what it will do, it will replicate your data hundreds of kilometers away from the primary. Okay. So again repeating, as a user, you'll upload your data once, and your data will be uploaded in a primary region. Once the 3 copies of data will be ready in a primary region, that asynchronously your data will be replicated 3 times in the secondary region also, and this process will be asynchronous process. So I'm going to color and dot here. Why dot? It means it's a asynchronous process, while this will be synchronous process. Come on. So how it is working? So guys, first this is called the GRS. GRS means Geo-Redundant Storage. So GRS copy your data synchronously. Here, let me type here. GRS replicate data 3 times within the same region. Within same region. Okay, copy data synchronously. Good data. Okay, copy your data three times synchronously, 3 times within the single physical location. Within single physical location means location or region in the primary. In the primary region using LRS means up to here it is same like the LRS. Okay. It then copy. Once the first 3 copies of the data will be ready, then copy your data asynchronously. Here it will be synchronous process, guys. Locally in LRS it will be synchronous process. Then it will copy your data asynchronously. Sorry. Copy your data asynchronously. Okay, asynchronously to the single physical location. In a secondary region. SEC DARY in secondary region. That would be hundreds of kilometer away from primary one. So guys, here in this case, GRS provides the SLA of 99.999999 total, 16 times 9. Here guys, SLA is higher. This is the highest SLA, 99.99 total, 16 times 9 over the year. And this is this is second highest. Second. Okay. In terms of cost. And how much you have to pay? You have to pay just double. The region in LRS, you are paying 2 cents per GB, while here in this case, you have to pay 4 cents per GB per month. It means 3 rupees 60 paise per GB per month you have to pay. How much? 3 rupees and 60 paise per GB per month you have to pay. GRS will protect your data against region failure. Again, regional failure. If entire region is down, then the secondary will come into the picture. And data movement from one to another region would be a sync process. It will be a sync process. Last point. If primary region is down, suppose if entire primary region is down, then in that case, you will get the response from the secondary one. But only read is possible. Read and write both are possible. So guys, here, read and write. W means R and W. Read and write is possible from secondary region if primary is not available. So guys, if primary region is not available, then still you guys can access the data from the secondary one. Means you can read the data as well as you can write the data with little latency. So guys, here read and write. If primary region is down, still you can read and write the data, but there'll be slightly performance issues. Slightly, maybe there will be delay of 1 second, 2 seconds, not too much. So guys, here you'll face slightly latency, but read and write both are possible if the primary region is down. This is nothing, just advanced version of LRS. In LRS, we have one region involved, while in this case, there are 2 different regions are involved, primary region and secondary region. Primary region is Central India, so secondary region is South India. If primary region is not available, the secondary will come into the picture automatically. And you can read the data as well as you can write data from the secondary one. Again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, then please unmute and clear your doubts.
So I have a question regarding the synchronous and asynchronous. Can you please explain a little?
Okay. Very good. So anyone here who can explain what's the difference between sync and async process?
Sync, it takes some time. Sync it will be immediately, and async will take some time to copy.
Anyone else? Guys, okay, this question I'm passing to Prashant Gaikwad. You're from the development background, please.
Hello.
Yes, please explain.
Yeah. So data will not in synchronously means data will be copied immediately, and on asynchronous it will be copied background in the background.
So guys, in sync process, what will happen? Suppose in sync process, if first copy is created, then only the secondary will start. Secondary is ready, then third will start. Means there'll be waiting period. While in async process, first is underway. It is not completed, still the secondary will start. So it will be parallel process, just like the multi-threading. It is just like the multi-threading. Clear? So here there'll be a waiting period. Means first will ready, then secondary will start. If secondary is ready, then third will start. While in this case, your request will be submitted. Parallelly, the 3 requests will be generated, just like the multiple threads. So async, if I'm talking about the sync, I mean, if I'm talking about the async, so you tell it. I mean, it's just like the in layman. Suppose in layman language, I'm going to describe what's a difference between these two. So means here there'll be waiting period. Here there'll be waiting period, and here there will not be waiting period. Okay. Suppose you're going for a restaurant. Here you'll tell a waiter. You tell the waiter you are ready for the order in async process. While you'll wait for the food, but you check your own phone instead of the standing in the kitchen. So here there'll be waiting period. Was first you're ready, then the secondary will start. If the secondary is ready, then third will start. While in this case, there will not be any waiting period. So guys, GRS is nothing, just advanced version of the LRS. In LRS, we are paying 2 cents per GB per month. Here we have to pay 4 cents per GB per month. In LRS, we have 1 region involved, while in GRS, 2 regions are involved. If entire region is down, then the secondary will secondary will come into the picture. One point here, very important point from the interview point of view, even a note here. So guys, failover. If the primary region is down, so in this case, the failover will be activated by Microsoft. So guys, failover will be activated by Microsoft in case primary region is down. This is very important, guys. So if primary region is down, then automatically it will not fail over. So if primary is down, someone from the Microsoft will enable the failover. Means immediately it will not be available. There will be a waiting period of few minutes, like 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 20 minutes. After it, the services will start from the secondary one. Whenever in future the primary will be active, then again the primary will be primary and secondary will be secondary. For the time being, if there is a downtime in a primary, the secondary will be the primary and primary will be the secondary. Any questions so far? Then please guys unmute and ask your question. If no, then very good. Let's talk about the fourth one. The fourth one is called the read access. Read access geo-redundant storage, or this is also called the RA-GRS. Okay, it's same like the GRS. There's no difference between GRS and RA-GRS. Almost same. One difference only. Two difference. One is here read is possible. Okay, right, read is possible. In case primary is down, so from the secondary you can read data. Read is possible. Read is possible. Write data is not possible from the secondary if the primary is not available. So means guys, you can read the data. It will be like this. So here, let me change. First, there'll be latency. You can read the data as well as you can write the data. In this case, you can read the data, but you cannot write data. It will be like this. Okay, so here you can read the data, but you cannot upload a new data if the primary is down. Here, write both are possible. Let this two. So here, guys, read and write both are possible. Both are possible. Here also, read and write both are possible. Okay, read and write both are possible. Here also, read and write possible with the slightly latency. If the primary region is down, you can read data as well as you can write the data. But in this case, you can read data, you cannot upload a new data here. So failover will be automatically, fail will be activated automatically. Automatically auto activated. So guys, this is the second difference. So this is first is read is possible, write is not possible. In this case, Microsoft will activate the activate the secondary region. Failover will be activated by Microsoft, while in this case automatically it will be activated by system. Charges wise, this is the highest in terms of the charge. I mean 3 rupees, few paise, like 62 paise, 65 paise, means slightly costlier than, I would say, 3 rupees and 63 paise, means very, very nominal difference in terms of the cost. Now, again, I'll take a pause. Please unmute and ask the question, guys. If no, then I'm going to show you practically. Remember, this is a very important topic from architecting as well as the implementation point of view. So as there are no questions, I'm going to start. So for the time being, I'm going to create a storage account. Name is duty-free LRS. Here, redundancy type, I'm going to select LRS. Click on next button. Here we have lots of property available. I'll cover all these property one by one, not immediately. So here, let me create this first, then I'll talk about other properties. So for the time being, guys, what I'm doing, I'm going to create it. So again, repeating, this is one of the topics from where you'll get minimum 200 into question. So guys, I'm going to tag that this storage account I'm going to create for the customer name is Dower India Limited. And finally, I'll create it. What I'm doing, I'm going to create a storage account. Name of the storage account is duty-free LRS. In between, still, if you have any questions, then please. From architecting point of view, I'll give you around 80-page document with you guys, which will help you to take the decision as well as design the solution in real-time situation in your organization. I'll tell you one thing. Developers are writing the code. They are not a decision maker, especially from the solution point of view. But if a person who can control, who can design the solution, who can design the system, who can control the cost, they are the solution. They are the solution designer, and they are getting much, or they are getting very high salary compared to other region. They are saving, they are controlling the overall cost of the project. So you see here, this is my one of the storage account is ready. Name is duty-free LRS. In one storage account, we have almost all type of options are available. Are you planning to maintain your data in a table storage? Then use the table storage, queue storage, file storage, and blob containers. Containers is nothing, just a blob storage. Earlier it was called the blob storage, but here they have changed the name here, like containers, or in some of the application or tools it will be called the blob containers. So containers or blob storage both are same. So for the time being, let's start with the blob storage. So you see here, or let me, so this is my first storage account. I'm going to create one more or two more storage account. This is with the LRS, means local internal storage. I'm going to create two more. So here, this is my other storage account. Create. I'll use my existing resource group. Duty-free ZRS. Okay. In Central India. Okay. And here I'll use ZRS. Okay. Next, I'll go as it is. I'll explain all these property one by one. That's why I told you guys it will take time. Means I'll cover this topic in 3 days. Region is not a single service. Under it, we have 6 different type of sub-services available. I'll cover all these 6 services with the 100% practical implementation as well as the architecture designing. Okay, this is the secondary one. Now let me create one more storage account. GRS. You see, this is GRS. So here we have checkbox available. If you'll remove the checkbox, it will be GRS. If you'll add the checkbox, it will be RA-GRS. So for the time being, I'm going to create with the GRS, means Geo-Redundant Storage. Customer is Dower India Limited and create it. So guys, what I did, I just created 3 storage account. One with the locally redundant storage, second with the Geo-Redundant storage, and the third with the Geo-Redundant storage. And let's check this. So if you see here, in this case, you'll get the 3 copy of the data available in Center India, means in Pune. Location is Center India. And redundancy or application type is LRS, locally redundant storage. Let's check the second one. So guys, this is the secondary one. Okay, let me pin the third one also. It's ready. What I told you, in LRS, only one region will involve, while in GRS, 2 different regions will be involved. So here, primary region is Center India. So right, I have selected the region is Center India. So primary region is Center India, as secondary will be South India. It means by default you will get the services from Center India. If the Center India is not available, then you will get the response from the South India. Is it clear to all of you? Venu.
Yeah, it's clear, sir.
Okay. Anyone else? Any question?
So how the failover
It will be
moving to the next
I'm
region?
sorry.
So
Don't worry.
how
Don't
the
worry.
process will be going?
I tell you, first, the failover implementation is possible with the GRS and RA-GRS. If you're using GRS, then it will be enabled by Microsoft manually. While if I'm talking about the RA-GRS, it will be enabled by system automatically. Means automatically, if the primary is not available, automatically the secondary will be the primary. While in the first case, in case of GRS, manually someone in Microsoft, they will get the message that, okay, entire region is down. If the entire region is down, so Microsoft will activate secondary as a primary. Okay. So in that case, there may be downtime, while in case of RA-GRS, there will not be any downtime. That's why slightly RA-GRS is costlier compared to the GRS one. Although feature-wise, in most of the cases, lump sum same feature you're getting. So you see here, guys, this is the third one, GRS. So here it's a ZRS, sorry, not GRS, ZRS, Geo-Redundant Storage. In this case, 3 copy of data you'll get in same region but different zone. While in this case, 3 copy of the data will be available in same data center but different rack. And in this case, 3 copy of data will be available in primary region and 3 more copy of data will be available in secondary region, which is South India. If you have any question, then please ask your question. If no, then let me show the other implementation.
Or are they like in real time people go with the GRS? Like, what?
Okay, very good question. So in real-time situation, anyone, any idea? You should go with the GRS, RA-GRS, LRS, or something else. So guys, in real-time situation, in production environment, you should go with the GRS or RA-GRS. While in development environment or in QA testing environment, you can go with the LRS or ZRS. Region, in every situation, if you're planning to go with the GRS or RA-GRS, means you're paying just double. For example, suppose $5,000 I was paying in LRS, and suppose you have selected GRS. GRS it means $10,000 you'll pay. So it's okay, you can pay $10,000 in production, but it's not right option or good decision to pay the same amount in development environment or in QA environment. You should not pay.
It's total depends upon like data sensitivity.
Yes. Sensitivity, correct. You're right.
But I have one question, Arad. Like, see, initially you told a regional pairing, right? So even if I select LRS also, it's kind of GRS, right? The security.
LRS is baby of GRS. GRS is nothing, just advanced version of the LRS. In LRS, okay, this is LRS. LRS is for one region. This is for multi-region. In LRS, you'll get the 3 copy of the data. Only 3 copy of the data. While in this case, you'll get total 6 copy of the data.
Okay, after it.
Okay. LRS, if entire data center is failed, means there'll be downtime. While in this case, if entire data center is failed or entire region is failed, still the system will be up and running from the secondary region, which will be hundreds of kilometers away from the primary one. It's because of the how it's working. It's because of region pairing. If you remember, in one of the workshop, I was talking about the regional pairing.
Correct.
So, guys, lots of people, they are feeling that yes, I'm the expert, but actually you're not the expert. Why? The region here, every decision matters, guys. It matters. It will increase or decrease the overall performance. It will increase or decrease the overall budget of the project, or it will help you to, minimize the operation cost also. So there's a question from Prashant Gaikwad. Please, Prashant, please unmute and ask your question.
The question is,
Please come closer to the mic. No, I can't hear
hello. So I'm
Yes,
talking
now.
about as a LRS where we have a SLA of 99.99, right? So
Yes.
that means there will be a very minimal downtime or very negligible.
Yes.
So why should means like what is the harm if we use it in production?
Okay.
Because
Very
it
good.
saves the money here.
Let's take the help from ChatGPT. Okay. Explain. Okay. 99.999994567891091011 SLA in Azure Storage account, Azure Storage LRS. See here, or calculated in fact. So let's check here. Come on. Show me the calculation. No, I'm not looking. I'm looking for the calculation. Give me calculation. Calculation for year. In one entire year, how many minutes or hour it will not be available. So, okay. So loss of the data. So probability, step 2. Finally, durability 99.99 is this. So yearly billion, convert in time. How many minutes? How many minutes there will be downtime in a year? Is the last. If I'm planning to go with LRS, then how many minutes? The okay. 365 by 24 means this is the minute, overall minutes. If you calculate, so it means the services may not be available for 525 minutes or 8 hours in a year. Means there's a possibility the services may not be available for few hours in 1 minute. It doesn't mean that it will not be available, but there's a possibility that services may not be available for 8 hours in 1 year. While same thing, if you're going to calculate with the GRS, so there'll be downtime of few minutes plus Then the secondary option available, immediately the secondary will be available. So if you calculate overall, 1 second, SLA 99, no, it's incorrect. 8 hour is on 99.99, 11 times. So I think this calculation is incorrect. So there'll be downtime of few minutes, not hour. There'll be downtime of, I need to calculate with the 99.99 or let, 1 second. Availability, annual availability, yearly availability for LRS, ZRS, and GRS in minutes. See here. Calculation. Downtime per year with LRS 52 minutes. What will be the downtime? The downtime in minutes in 1 year will be 52 minutes. This is incorrect calculation, guys. Okay, sorry. ZRS is incorrect. So whatever the response we are getting is incorrect. Later on, what I'll do, or maybe let's try here. Let's try. So whatever the result I'm getting from ChatGPT is incorrect. So don't rely 100% on ChatGPT. Give me a few seconds. So in 1 year, how many minutes we have? In 1 year, we have this minute. So okay, in 1 year we have 5,25,600 minutes. Let's check with LRS. So here with LRS, ZRS, and GRS. Suppose, guys, I'm going with the SLA. Okay, multiply by 99.1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. Now you'll say, hey, it's the same number. Okay. And let's check this. 11. Yeah. A1. A1. Here 12 times. And here 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 times. Now let's convert. Format cells. Let's change the decimal number. So here. Let's go with the 2 decimal, or maybe format cell 4 decimal places.
If we multiply by 100%, wouldn't it be the same number? If we multiply the number with the 100%, then wouldn't it be approximately the same number?
1 second. It's a minute.
Yeah.
D1. Some incorrect calculation, guys. 99.99%. Let me go with the 16 date. 16.
Aradhya, for an year it is showing 52 minutes.
Yes. Okay. Now you'll get here. Actually, you'll get a number after. Okay. So 16. So
Even for 6 lines, it is 32 seconds in a year.
Correct, correct. So here, let me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. At least 6 I'm going to remove. So I'll go with the 10. Okay. So this is the SLA. So overall, 100 minus. Oh no, it's incorrect. This minus this. I think there's some issue. Okay. Anyway.
Okay.
So, here,
We got this, but my question is not like this calculation is correct, but there is another. Suppose my data is in one Z data center. That means LRS. In this case of LRS, suppose that any happens, fire or hazard or anything happens in that region, and because of that data center goes down. So until they repair it and make it up, then till that time my data will not be available, right?
correct.
So it may take days or whatever weeks, whatever time it takes, right?
It may take hours or days.
Right.
So finally, if you're planning to go with the LRS, maybe the services will not be available for few hours, maybe 1 hour, 1.5 hours. If you're planning to go with the ZRS, services may not be available for few minutes. And if you're planning to go with the GRS, services will not be available. Maybe here, above here, sir, in 1 year, 3 hours it will not be available. Here, maybe 24 minutes it will not be available. Here, if you're planning to go with the GRS, maybe the services will not be available for 3 minutes. So it means you'll get the high availability. But in this case, if you're planning to go with the RA-GRS, over there, almost zero downtime. Almost zero downtime. The region, if the primary is not available, automatically the secondary will come into the picture. So what I'll do, this calculation I'll complete after the session and we'll share with you guys. Yes, Prem.
What if like the server, the data center is down for a few hours, let's say like in LRS, and if we are inputting the data like within the system, so it won't be able to accept it, right? It won't be able to like synchronize it.
One second, Prem, 1 minute. Let me complete this. So this is the, okay. 1 second. I think I can close this. So here in 1 year, so what I'm doing, this one multiply by 0.0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 and 11. Okay, it means there will be downtime of 525 minutes. Okay, if I'm planning to go with this, no. So here 12 times 13 14 15 15 13. Okay. Okay, so guys, if you're planning to go with this, then there'll be downtime of 525 minutes. If you're planning to go with the second option, 52 minutes. If you're planning to go with this option, then maybe 5 minutes. This will be your downtime in 1 year. Okay, 500 minutes, 525 minutes, 52 minutes, and here 5 minutes in 1 year. If you're planning to go with the RA-GRS, it maybe there'll be downtime of a few seconds in 1 year, maybe 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 9 seconds, that's it in RA-GRS. So complete calculation, I'll complete after this session and share with you guys. For the timing, yeah, there's a question from Sai. Please, Prem. Prem Sai.
Yeah. So Aradhya, I was asking, let's assume we have the data center down and we are using LRS, and when it is running on downtime, we won't be, I mean, the data won't be synchronized, or the data won't be able to accept or read from the inputs, right?
If you're planning to go with LRS, entire service will down. Means there'll be 100% downtime of situation. If the entire data center is down, if there's one node is down, there'll be services up and running. But if entire data center is down, the services will stop. So there'll be 100% downtime in this case. That's why yearly is 525 minutes in 1 year. If you're planning to go with this, then maybe there'll be downtime of 52 minutes per year. If you're planning to go with this, then maybe 5-minute downtime in 1 year. If you're planning to go with RA-GRS, over there you have maybe there'll be downtime for a few seconds in 1 year.
Depends upon the organization's budget or like the structure.
Not budget. You guys can decide it on the multiple parameters. If you're planning to achieve the BCDR, business continuity and disaster recovery, I'll suggest you guys to go with this RA-GRS or GRS. Either this one or this one. Normally in production environment, we use the RA-GRS or GRS. Why in development, UAT, testing, in other environment, we are using LRS. If you can compromise, see here, ultimately we are paying just double. So suppose here I'm paying $1,000, here you have to pay $2,000. So let's save per month $1,000. Okay, especially in developing environment.
Yeah.
And this is the maximum SLA. Here 525 minutes is maximum. Maybe there'll not be downtime of even 5 minutes in 1 year. That is the maximum one. So here you'll get the guaranteed SLA. The services will be up and running for few minutes or hour in a year. Yes, Mr. Reddy, Bhopal Reddy.
Yes,
Please.
for example, my project, so with the new storage account with the LRS, but in later, can I able to
You can.
move to the GRS or ZRS?
You can do it. You can. I'm going to show you all these. That's why I told you guys this is one of the biggest service. Will take time. For today, this session is open for all. But from going forward, means it will be restricted. Only registered member will be able to continue from next session. As of now, it is open. So let me show you. So here, let me return back to the portal. As of now, what is the type? The type is LRS. Okay, it's a LRS. In case you want to change from LRS to GRS, GRS, RA-GRS, technically it is possible. You can do it. Plus, as of now, this is standard storage account. In case you want to convert the same storage account as the ADLS, means suppose this storage account I'm using since last 5 years. Now, as per the requirement, I have to upgrade the same storage account for my upcoming data engineering project. So what you can do, you can upgrade in an ADLS storage. So all these are possible. In case you're planning to deploy a website on top of it, in case you want to create a backup, you want to use in DRs as a DRs system, all these are possible. I'll show you one by one. For the time being, I'm going to start with a container. So let's do one thing. Let's start with the blob storage. So containers is nothing, just a blob storage. Earlier it was called the blob storage. Still it is blob storage, but in a portal. Here it's mentioned containers. So containers means blob storage. Under containers, you can create a multiple container. Is S here without S. Containers means folder. So what you can do, you can create a multiple folder. For example, I'm going to create a folder or container name is web. Another folder I'm going to create, and these folder you guys can create using the .NET, Java, PHP, Python, PowerShell, data engineering, services, or through any other tool also. So here I'm going to create a two container. One is the resource, RESOURCE. Okay, resource. Second is the web. Okay, in the web one, have this. In the web, I'm planning to deploy a website. So if you have any static website, branding website, or any website which is supporting serverless architecture, so what you can do, you can directly deploy your website in a storage account. And how much you have to pay for such type of websites? 2 cents per GB per month. That is the standard operation cost or storage cost per month. So let me do one thing. Let me okay, one second. Let me show you a tool here. There's a tool available. The tool is called the Storage Explorer. The Storage Explorer is one of the free tool available which you guys can use to establish the communication between your local machine and storage account. So you see here, I'll open Google. Storage Account Explorer. This is one of the tool available. This is free of cost. So what I'll do, I'll click on the download. Here, I'm going to download. My machine is 64-bit machine. In case you're using Linux, Mac, Windows, or whatever, just go use and download it. So you see here I'm going to download Storage Explorer. This is free tool available. The size is around 160 MB. Just download and install on your local machine. So you see here, I'm going to download and install. In my case, this tool is already available, so maybe it will be updated by system. Okay, I'm going to launch. Okay. It is launched now here. Now what I'm planning to connect this Storage Explorer with my storage account name is duty free. So guys, this is my duty free. Just select the duty free. In this duty free, we have a property available, access key. You see here, we have property available, access key. In access key, either you guys you can copy the connection string, this connection string, or you can copy the storage account name as well as the key. So these are the sensitive information, or these information you guys can use to establish the communication between your local machine and cloud storage account. So for the time being, I'm going to copy connection string, and here we have the connect button. Click on connect button, storage account. I'll pass a connection string, the first option. Connection string I'll paste here. Here, display name will be duty free LRS-1. This is the display name. Okay, you see here, this is duty free LRS. Now let's open. In Blob Storage, I can see web as well as the resource folder which I have created, which is technically called the container. So now what I'm planning to migrate some websites from my local machine to storage account. You see here, this is my local machine. Here in C drive, I'll check the C drive. In C drive, I have a, okay. No, let me check the download folder. Under download folder, I have 3 websites available, web 1, 2, and 3. These 3 websites I'm planning to migrate. See, all these 3 websites I'm planning to migrate from my local to cloud. So how to migrate? For this, I'm going to open web folder. Okay, here, do you want to upload the folder or file? So I'm planning to upload my folders. So here, check the download folder. Here we have web 1, web 2, and web 3, right? So these 3 websites I'm going to select one by one and upload here. First, I'm going to upload the website number 1. Okay, done. Second website. This is published website available. You see, migration started. Migration started. It will take few seconds to complete. Okay, done. 2 website uploaded. Third website I'm going to upload. So I have total 3 websites. These 3 websites I'm going to upload here. 1, 2, and 3. Now, in case you want to access these websites, okay, you see here, this is index.html. I'll copy the URL and I'll try to access it. So guys, storage account is one of the publicly service available, but the data which is available in case you apply to access will be restricted. You see here, I'm unable to access the data. Why? The reason public access is not permitted. It means it is not available publicly. Cloud computing is public cloud computing is publicly available, but the data is not publicly available. So if I want to expose this data for everyone, I have to enable. Means I have to activate I have to provide the permission to access it from outside. So for the time being, we don't have the permission to access it. That's why I'm getting this error. Now let me do one thing. Let me try to enable the permission. To enable the permission, what I'm doing, I'm going to click on the web, and here we have the property available. The property as of now it is private, means access is private, so I'm going to make it public. But you see here I'm getting an error here. Error here is anonymous access is blocked or anonymous access is disabled. That's why I'm unable to provide the access to you guys. So for this, what I'll do, I have another property available is configuration. In configuration, if you see here, anonymous access is disabled. So this anonymous access I'm going to enable and save here. Okay, done. Once it is done, then again I'll return back to the container, select my website folder, change the access level. As of now it is private, I'm going to make it public. Okay, I have applied the changes. It may take a few seconds, so there may be some latency, guys, so let's wait here. Web, change access. Okay, normally whenever you're making any changes, it may take 2 to 20 seconds to reflect. Okay, now again I'll refresh this. You see, guys, this is the website I deployed under the web 1, and it's working. Okay, similarly I have another website available, web 2. This is my second website available in same storage account. And this is my third one. So what I did, I just deployed 3 websites in the same storage account. First website, second website, and this is my third website. These 3 websites, what I did is, I deployed in my same storage account. So it means web hosting is also possible. So if you have a static website, branding website, or any website which is supporting serverless architecture, in case you want to host this type of website in a storage account, technically it is possible. You can do it. Dhanu, any question? Mahesh, Jia, Srisha, Prem.
So far, good, sir.
So far, so good. Very good. So
Yep.
guys, I'll tell you one thing. Dabur is one of the India's biggest FMCG company. They have hundreds of products or thousands of products available in market. For every product, they have a website available. So earlier, what Dabur was doing, they were maintaining hundreds of servers. On top of all these servers, thousands of websites were deployed. But nowadays, they are not maintaining the server. And remember, it's an FMCG company. So what they are doing, they have deployed almost all the type of static and branding website on top of storage account. For example, Dabur Chyawanprash. In Dabur Chyawanprash also they have Dabur Ratan Prash, Dabur Chyawanprash, this Prash, that Prash. Means they have multiple type of Chyawanprash available. If I'm talking about the toothpaste, so they have at least 10 different type of. They have different type of toothpaste also. They have lots of medicine, hundreds of medicines are available. So here, Dabur product list is, although it's not a complete list, but I'll show you. They have different segment available. Under each segment, they have few hundred product available. For example, Amla hair oil. You see here, Amla hair oil, candy, Lal Tel, Vatika shampoo. You see here, these are the product. Dabur almond oil, Dabur shampoo, 1 liter, 2. I mean, these are the shampoo, Jasmine, Cool King Thanda Tel, and Vatika hair oil. For everything, they have a website, and this is the price. This is the price list, and they have hundreds of websites available. And as of now, you see, these are some of the sample. They have hundreds of medicinal products available. Means Ayurvedic product available. Dabur ghee, 1 liter, 730 rupees. Dabur homemade chutney, homemade garlic chutney, homemade green chili, Yellow kiwi 1 liter, real juice, in real juice, Chyawanprash, Ratan Prash, this Prash, that means they have lots of product available in market. For every product, they have a website. Or nowadays, almost all such type of static or branding websites are deployed on top of storage accounts. So in nutshell, I wanted to tell you is cloud is not used by IT companies only. Cloud is used by pharmaceutical company, it is used by manufacturing companies, retail, FMCG, this, that, all the type of companies are using the cloud computing nowadays. That's why usually I used to say, hey guys, cloud is not good to have in 2026. It's a must to have. In India, now AI and cloud data, not data, cloud and AI is a part of school curriculum also nowadays, as per the new education policy. So my children are in 3rd standard. From next year, the cloud as well as the AI, these two are the part of their course curriculum. So it is called the transformation period, guys. We have to transform ourselves. We have to learn something new. We cannot restrict ourselves that, okay, I'll read this, I will not read that. In fact, my son, he's a programmer. He is just 9-year-old, but he's writing the code in Python. It doesn't mean that he is extraordinary. Now, I mean, it's a demand of industry. He's not so good, but he's writing the code in Python nowadays. He's just in 3rd standard. Okay, so let's start here. You see here. Let's move ahead. So it means static web hosting is also possible on top of storage account. Next, here we have hundreds of property available. Almost all these property I'll cover one by one in next few sessions. Means total duration of this particular topic will take is total 9 hours. And here we have multiple type of services. All the services practically I will implement with almost all the property and proper architecture. By end of this service, you'll get at least 10 to 15 architecture from my side. Now let's detail one by one. So before this, let's complete this deck here. So guys, we have two type of we have property available of account kind. Account kind means what type of accounts are available. So nowadays we have the latest version available, which is called a general purpose V2. So general purpose V2 is latest version of the storage account type which is available we are using. We have multiple type of redundancy options are available, as we already have discussed. LRS, in this case, SLA will be 99.99 total 11 times 9. You have to pay 2 cents per GB per month. In Indian rupees, you can convert 1 rupees 80 paise per GB per month. This is the storage charges. If you're planning to go with the second option, which is called the ZRS, here you have to pay 99.99 total 12 times 9. The charges you have to pay is 3 cents per GB per month. In Indian rupees, you can convert, it will be 2 rupees 70 paise per GB per month. And the third option is called the GRS. Here, SLA is 99.99, total 16 times 9, and you have to pay 4 cents per GB per month. And the last one, last one is RA-GRS. In RA-GRS, by default, it's the same like the GRS, only two difference. Difference number one is, in case of disaster, automatically the DR side will be activated. Okay. The second, read is possible. In case of disaster, read is possible from the secondary, but write is not possible. Otherwise, it's the same like the GRS. Charges wise, this is slightly higher. Charges wise, slightly higher, and SLA is also slightly higher compared to the GRS. Slightly, not too much. In production environment, you guys can use the second last, or last one. Especially in banking, finance, or critical type of application, you guys can use this. In other type of application, in data engineering and others, you can use the GRS. If you are in development mode, you guys can use the LRS or ZRS. Or in UAT or testing mode, you guys can use ZRS or LRS. Or in POC development, you guys can use LRS or ZRS. In production, I'll suggest you guys to use the last two. In other cases, you can use the LRS or ZRS. Apart from it, I'll, normally I'm sharing lots of content in your WhatsApp group also. means registered WhatsApp group. Like whatever the key part or important parts are available, I'll share from tomorrow in your registered WhatsApp group. Okay, so these we already have discussed. This is already discussed. Okay. Plus, whenever you are transferring the data from your local machine to cloud storage account, the data will be encrypted. In fact, whatever the data is available, all sensitive data, all data will be encrypted by default. Now, let's start in detail. So guys, blob storage. So blob storage, today I'll not take any break. From next Saturday, the plan is to take a short break. Not today. Okay. The reason up to today, this session is open for all, but from next Saturday, it will not be open. And from next Saturday, we are going to make slightly changes. Like there will not be any, there'll be a short break also. And it will be 3-hour session, Saturday and Sunday. So blob storage. So blob storage means any data that you are storing in a blob storage, you guys can directly serve over the browser. Means over the internet directly you can access data if you have the permission to access it. Data will be distributed. If you have the permission, you can access. Streaming is possible. Video streaming, audio streaming is possible. It means in case you want to connect your CCTV camera, there's a question from Mahesh Bilakanti. Can we copy the Azure portal in your local? No, you cannot. Mr. Bilkanti, you cannot copy the Azure portal on your local machine. If you can copy, then you'll be billionaire from next day. Okay. Yes, files you can. Whatever the files you have, you can copy. You can migrate the data from your local to cloud, and cloud to local migration of the data is possible. So guys, in case you're planning to stream CCTV camera recording, video streaming, audio streaming, all these are possible. Means such type of data you can store in a blob storage. In case you're planning to store a huge amount of log data, that also possible. You can store in a log. Log detail you can store in a blob storage. Or in case you want to store the backup of your machine, disk, drive, project, data center, machine, or servers, technically it is possible. As well as you guys can use the storage account blob storage in a BCDR, business continuity and disaster recovery also. So this is one of the multi-purpose service where you can store unstructured as well as semi-structured data. We have 3 types of blobs are available. The first type is called the blob. Blob means just like the brick. So here, whenever you'll upload the data, suppose I'm going to upload 100 MB of the data. So all the data will not be uploaded in single go. Internally, Microsoft will split your data in small pieces. These technically pieces are called the block. And these block will be assembled. I'll show you. So it consists of the block up to 100 MB. So it means here, let me show you in fact first. So you see here, this is my storage account. Okay. Storage account, I have a resource container. In my resource container, what I'm planning to migrate some data from my local. You see here, download folder, Dabur. I'm looking for, okay, let's go with this. This is my 100 MB, close to 200 MB of data. And this I'm going to upload. See here, the default block size is 4 MB. This is also into a question. So guys, if you're going to upload the data, so we have 3 types of the blob available. Blob, page blob, and append blob. Append blob is mainly used whenever you're playing with the log files. Page blob is mainly used whenever you're working with the infra services. And blob is mainly used whenever you're playing with the file system like TSV, CSV, audio, video, backup, data center backup, file backup, or something else, or data engineering payload. So in all these cases, we use the blob. The size of the default size of the block will be 4 MB. Minimum will be 64 KB, and maximum size of the block will be 100 MB. Okay, so I'll go with the default one. Here we have access tier. I'll describe later on today in next sessions. Now what I'm doing, I'm going to start the migration. You see here how much data is transferred. It's transferring 4 MB data. Very fast. Let me transfer one more file. Okay. C drive, database, duty free, 300 MB data. I'm going to upload this time. You see here, 4 MB data is transferring. Means it's just transferring the data in small blocks. And what is size of the block? 4 MB. You see 4. It's growing with the 4 MB data. So it means whenever you are transferring the data from cloud to on-premise or on-premise to cloud, especially in a storage account. So here it's not transferring data, all data is single go. It will transfer data in small blocks. So here we have 3 types of the blob available: blob, page blob, and append blob. So here the minimum size of the block will be 64 KB, maximum will be 100 MB, and default will be 4 MB. Page blob is mainly working with the random write pattern. So it is mainly used with the machine. So if you're going to attach hard disk with a virtual machine, hard disk is also a storage option, storage type or storage option available. In that case, Microsoft internally using the page blob. So randomly it will read and write data, while blob is working on the sequential IO pattern. Means in a sequence the data will read and write. For example, 4 MB. While in this case randomly it will read and write the data. While the third type is called the append blob. So append blob is mainly used whenever you are reading or writing the log files, maybe application log, data giving hardware log, or any other type of log files. If you're playing with, then all such type of data you can store in a append blob. Again, I'll take a pause if you have any question. So guys, still we have 50 minutes left. In last 20 minutes, there'll be assessment. For the time being, if you have any question, then please unmute and ask your question. Adi Narayana, Manohar.
So, Arade, what kind of infra services cover under page blobs?
I mean, what is blob? Mainly disk. Okay. So guys, no question. Very good.
For data engineering, this blob will be used, right?
Mostly blob. Yes. Mostly, I'm not saying only. Mostly blob. Okay. Sometimes append blob also.
Okay.
So that's why in beginning I told you this is one of the multi-purpose service you guys can use in different type of projects. So let's discuss in detail. So guys, here we have multiple type of access tier available. So here access tier means Microsoft is not charged only for the storage charges. Microsoft is charging for the storage as well as the read and write charges also. Okay. So we have multiple type of access tier available. The first type of access tier is called the hot access tier. So hot access tier means we should use, this is very important. This is also into a question, guys. So hot access tier we should use whenever you're planning to read the data very frequently. If you're planning to access data very frequently, then you guys can use hot access tier. In that case, it will be one of the cheapest model. Lots of people, what they are doing, they are frequently using the data, but the type is cool access. Then in that case, your overall operation cost will increase. Means the operation cost will depend on all these parameters also. That's why in beginning I told you, in most of the cases, especially somewhere between 30 to 50% extra amount companies are paying in operation cost because of the poor architecting or implementation. So So when you can use the hot access, think you have some files or you have some data and you open the file or you access data on daily basis. Suppose you have some data available. For example, let's take example of banking system. Okay, in banking system, or maybe there's some PDF available. Users are accessing the PDF, or there's some video available. Users are accessing the video on very frequent basis. Then what you can do, such type of data you guys can maintain at a hot access tier. Again repeating, if any file, any data that you access on daily basis, then such type of data you should maintain as a hot access tier. Okay, or in other words, I would say the data is accessed very frequently. If any data that you're going to access very frequently, such type of data you should maintain as a hot access tier. In this case, storage cost will be higher, but access cost will be lower. Now question is where we can use the hot access tier. You guys can use hot access tier in application data or daily report, website images, website resources, active project files, where you guys can use, if they suppose there's an active project file, or best example, Amazon. You see here, this is Amazon website. You see what all these pictures are. These pictures are, I mean, every day, millions of times people are accessing the Amazon website. So whenever you will access the website, actually these images will be means you are going to read the directly or indirectly, you are going to read the images. So it will be one of the requests from your side. So it means you're going to read the data. So it means these images are accessed very frequently. So if any data, maybe it's an image, document, or something else, if you're going to access it very frequently, then such type of data you should maintain as a hot access tier. In this case, storage charges will be higher, but access cost will be lowest. Means as we are accessing very frequently, the access charge will be lowest one. Now question is how much you have to pay. That you guys can calculate through Azure pricing calculator. Where you guys can use, in daily reports, website images, website content, website hosting, application data, or somewhere else also you guys can use it. Second is called the cool tier or cool access tier. So it is mainly used whenever you're going to access the data, but not very frequently. Infrequently you are going to access data, then you guys can use it. For example, suppose you have some data, you will access data once in a month. Suppose you have some data available in the cloud, and the data you will access once in a month. Then in that case, such type of data you should maintain as a cool access tier. In this case, the storage cost will be lower than hot, and access cost will be higher than hot. And whatever the statement I'm giving, all these statements I'll convert in the pictorial format and share with you guys. And in this case, usually the retention period will be 30 days. Now question is where we should use the cool access tier. So cool access tier we should use in backup files, monthly report, or old project data. If you're planning to access the old project data or historical data, then you guys can use the cool access tier. Next one is called the archival tier or archive tier. So archival is if any data that you're going to access but rarely. For example, suppose old document that is kept in a warehouse. Maybe you use the data after 3 years, 2 years, 5 years. Then in that case, if any data that you're not using very frequently, maybe you will use data but very rarely, then in that case, such type of data you should maintain in a archive tier. Okay, in this case, storage cost will be very cheap, but access cost will be high. And if you're going to retrieve such type of data from the warehouse, there'll be waiting period of several hours, plus there will be charges involved. Okay, and minimum retention period for such type of data will be 180 days. Now question is where we can use it. So you guys can use in old financial record, log auditing, or legal documents. Suppose you have some legal document, you are retrieving such type of document very rarely, like once or twice in 5 years, 2 years, 3 years. Then such type of data you guys can store as archive access tier. So it means the cost, overall the cost will depend on these parameters also. That's why in beginning I told you guys, this is one of the cheapest service if you know how to use it. Now, again, I'll take a pause. If you have any question, please unmute and clear your doubts.
For cool tier data, like how long? I mean, what is the response time? Like how much time it will take to respond?
Typically, I mean, response here, there'll be several hours. There'll be latency of several hours, while in these two cases, there's no latency.
Okay,
But
for
the
cool
mainly difference is cost.
Mhm.
Let me show you something. Let me open the Azure price calculator. Normally, I'm getting a call. Everyone is saying, hey, I'm planning to appear as an architect. So guys, why the salary structure for the architect is very higher? The reason, their decision, whatever they are deciding, the cost, performance, security, implementation, effort, time, everything is depending on the decision. So, for example, I'll tell you a story. Last year, I was working on a project where the operation cost was 28,000 per month. Initially, I was not the architect of the product. When I joined, the customer was complaining. The customer was not agreed to continue the project because of the operation cost. I reviewed architecture and retired some of the services, introduced some new services, and finally nowadays we are paying $17,000 only. Only $17,000. It means close to 70 to 80%. Overall operation cost reduced. So technically, it is feasible. You guys can do it, but it is possible only if you have detailed knowledge. So let's take example of storage account. This is my storage account. Suppose I'm going to store my data in India. India. Okay, Central India. So what is the size of the data? Suppose guys, the size of the data is 100 GB. 100 GB data, guys. So if you're storing 100 GB of data, then how much you have to pay? $2 per month. If you're storing 1 GB of data, then how much you have to pay? 2 cents. Only 2 cents per GB per month you have to pay. Let's go with the 100 GB. Suppose guys, I have 100 GB of data in my project. Okay. And this 100 GB data, if I'm planning to go with the hot access tier and with the locally redundant storage with the standard cost, then only I have to pay $2. Suppose I'm going to change the tier, cool access tier. Then you see earlier I was supposed to pay $2. This time I'll pay $1.10. If I'm planning to go with the cold, then how much you have to pay? Then you have to pay less amount, 45 cents. And if you're planning to archive, then you have to pay less amount, means only 20 cents is the storage charge. Only 20 cents. Same time, suppose I'm planning to go with the hot access tier, then $2. This is storage charge, $2. With the locally redundant storage, suppose I'm planning to go with the GRS, then here with this combination you have to pay 2.5. If you're planning to go with this, then $4. It just double than LRS. If you're planning to go with RA-GRS, then 5. So, and suppose guys, I'm planning, I have 1 GB of data, okay, with the hot access tier and locally redundant storage. Then 2 cents you have to pay. In fact, let me convert in Indian rupees. India. Okay. Suppose guys, I have 1 GB of data. I'm planning to store my data as a hot access tier with the local redundant storage. Then monthly I have to pay 1 rupee 80 paise. This is storage charge. And there will be some other charges for the read charges, write charges. For example, if you are going to read the data, 10,000 times, 10,000 times you are going to read the data, then 50 rupees extra you have to pay. It means you have a website. If 10,000 requests you received in a month, then $50 you have to pay as a write charges. And similarly, if you're going to read the data, so 10,000 times you are going to read the data, then 4 rupees you have to pay to read the data also. It means it's not a storage charge. There will be some storage charge, read charges, as well as the write charges also. Overall, if you compare, still it is cheaper. Means for 1 GB of data, if we are going to access 10,000 times, it's not a small number. If we are going to 10,000 times, I'm uploading data, I'm downloading data, I'm storing 1 GB data. So overall, I have to pay 107 rupees. Overall, suppose I'm planning to go with the hot access tier, but GRS, then how much you have to pay? Just double you. I mean, you see here, how much you have to pay? This amount you have to pay. This amount you have to pay. 1 second.
Too much.
It will depend. It will depend on the other, like how much data you are going to store. For example, suppose 1 GB data you are reading, or 100 GB data you are writing, or suppose guys, suppose 100 GB data I'm going to read as well as write. Then overall, how much you have to pay? This is the amount you have to pay. I remember yesterday what I was telling you. Microsoft is mainly charging for 3 things. Mainly, I'm not saying only. One, Microsoft will charge for the storage charges. Storage charge. 90% billing will be against the storage, CPU, as well as the memory. And this is very common. This is very common whether you are using the infra services, PaaS services, or SaaS services. So these 3 are very important. And most of the engineers, they are just working. They don't think about the pricing or operation charges, and ultimate, the result is not good. Okay, so guys, storage account is one of the most important service. In case you check the Microsoft documentation, see here, Azure storage account Microsoft. You see the Microsoft documentation for the storage account. This is single service. And if you check the 1 second, guys. What is this? Okay, the first one. You see here, this is the PDF. In case you love to read the documents, okay, just go and download this document. Total number of pages will be more than 4,000 pages, somewhere between 4,000 to 7,000 pages for one service. It means it's very important. It's very, very, very important. It is used in all the type of projects. It is okay, 4,140 pages. And all these steps are, available here. So as a developer, how to use, when to use, what is the pros, cons, means all the details will be available here. But just think, one service and 4,000 pages means if you're planning to follow this document, it will take few months. And there'll be hundreds of use cases also. Means how it will be used in data engineering project, how it will be used in software engineering project, how it will be used in AI type of project, admin, architect, this, that, all the type of use cases will be available here with the proper document and steps. But it's not easy to read this document. Okay. So guys, charges is also differ. So here 0.02, 0.01, 0.01 is the charges. Similarly, if you're going to read 10,000 times, then in hot access tier, you have to pay 0.004 cent, $20, not cent, $0.004 for 10,000 read. If you're going to read the data available in a cool storage, then $0.10 you have to pay per month for 10,000 read. And if data which is archived, So for that data, if you're going to read the archived data or data available in archive storage, then in that case, $50 per 10,000 read you have to pay. Okay. Early deletion is also possible. Snapshot is possible. And what you can do, whatever data you are going to delete, the data will be deleted. And in case you want to restore data will be deleted but soft delete. In case you want to restore the data within 14 days, you guys can restore the data here. Static website hosting is possible in case if you are planning to deploy static website written in HTML, CSS, JavaScript, any front end single page application, any application which is supporting serverless architecture. So all such type of websites you guys can directly host and access this website through smartphone, tablet, laptop, desktop, or TV. Through the TV, you guys can access it. I'll conclude here. From next session, I'll start the table storage in detail. Okay, for the time being, let's start the assessment. For the assessment, I'll use the same Kahoot. Whatever we covered today, for this, we have the assessment ready. Let's participate. Everyone be ready. I'm going to share the link. Everyone please participate here. The link I'm sharing in the chat window. Everyone please join. Everyone please join. I'm waiting for you. Guys, please join. I'm waiting. Okay, Syed is also in. Okay, let's start. Everyone, please join. I'm going to start in next 5 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you haven't joined yet, then please click on the link available in the chat window and join here. Storage account part 1 means first session of the storage account is today. This is the first service we are covering today. What is the storage, Azure storage used for? It is used for the website hosting, storing and managing the data in a cloud, running the virtual machine, or it is used to manage the Active Directory. What is the maximum size of? Sorry guys, I haven't covered yet. Don't worry, you have to try. What is the maximum size of the files here? So one thing I tell you, storage account, what is the maximum size of storage account is 500 terabyte. In one storage account, you can store 500 terabyte of data, while in one file storage or one file share, you can store 100 terabyte of data. Again repeating, in a storage account, I haven't covered this yet. I have covered only storage account and blob storage. Still 70 to 80% of the content is still left. So I'll deliver in next 2 sessions. So here, storage account capacity is 500 terabyte, while in one file share, you can store 100 terabyte of data. Okay, so correct answer is 100 TB. Okay. What type of storage redundancy does storage account support? It is supporting LRS, ZRS, GRS, or all of the above. Which type of redundancy? Very good. Which of the following blob type is best suited for the log file? Suppose you are going to play with the log file. So in that case, you should use the blob, page blob, append blob, or queue blob. So in that case, you should maintain data in a append blob. Semi-structure or unstructured data you can maintain in a blob. While here I'm talking about the log files, log log files. So you should use the append blob. Very good, Dhanu. Which of the following is a valid storage redundancy option? GRS, CRS, DRS, SRS. Which one is the valid type of redundancy option? GRS means geo-redundant storage, cold redundant storage, distributed redundant storage, or secure redundant storage. GRS, CRS, DRS, or SRS. Which is the valid type? It's the GRS. Two of you selected secure redundant storage. I haven't covered any service like any redundancy like SRS. So it's a GRS. There's nothing like CRS, DRS, or SRS. Which of the following describe the archive tier in a blob storage? Archive means data stored for the frequent access, data stored infrequent access with the lower cost, or in archive data stored permanently and cannot be modified, or data stored on the local machine. Which one of the following is describing about the access tier, archive access tier? Hot access tier means frequent data access. Cool means infrequent data access, and archive means data you can store permanently and you cannot modify. The correct answer is in archive one, you can store the data, or the data will be stored permanently and you cannot modify. And cool access, most of you selected cool access tier. Infrequent means cool access tier. Frequent means hot access tier. What is the Azure file used for? Azure file share is used to create a database to hold the website, or creating cloud-based file share accessible via SMP protocol, or storing the log files. Perfect. So most of you are right here. So it is, although I haven't covered it, I just covered the summary, not detail, but very good response. Which Azure service allow you to create a file share in a cloud? So guys, if you're planning to create a file share, which service is used? Blob storage, queue storage, file storage, or table storage? Suppose I'm planning to create a file share. In that case, I should create a blob storage, queue storage, file storage, or table storage. File storage means file storage, file share means file storage. It's very simple. By the way, who is Mahi? Mahi, what is your full name? Mahi, may I know your full name? Which type of Azure blob allow for large structured data storage such as video and images? Oh, nice. Okay. So guys, if you're planning to store the semi-structured or unstructured data like video, image, audio, or something, so that in that case, what Which one is the correct type? Blob, blob, append blob, page blob, or queue blob? Page blob is mainly with the infrastructure. Append blob is mainly used with the log file. So it means blob. So semi-structured, unstructured data you should maintain under the blob. What is the maximum size of the single blob container? Suppose I have a blob container. So what is the maximum size? What the maximum size of data you can store in a storage account? Simple. As a single blob. In fact, 5 minutes back I told you guys. Maximum storage capacity. I tell you, for file share it is 100 terabyte. But what about the single blob container? For the blob container, what is the maximum? So guys, it's a 500 TB. So in beginning, I told you multiple times, in one storage account, you can maintain up to 500 terabyte of data. It's a 500 TB. 500 TB with the storage account or blob container, while with the file share 100 TB. Which of the following is a valid storage replication return strategy? Which one is the valid type? BRS, PRS, ZRS, FRS. Which one is the valid type of redundancy option? BRS, PRS, ZRS, FRS. How data in a blob storage secured by default? By default, it is secured by encrypted at the rest and using the Azure SSE, secured by HTTP, secured by plain text, or secured by username and password. By default, it will be encrypted. Which of the following storage tier is most cost effective for rarely accessed data? Suppose I have some data. I'm planning to access my data, but rarely, very rarely. So which one is the best option here? So guys, hot means frequent access. Cool means infrequent access. Archive means rarely access. So it's a rarely access. Cool means infrequent access. Which of the following block type is used for the random read and write operation? I was talking about one type. So here, which one is used for which is working on the random read and write? So I was talking about the first one, like blob is working on the sequential IO pattern, and which one is working on random read and write operation? That is page blob. Page blob is used especially with the hard disk, where it is working on randomly read and write the data. What is the purpose of the blob storage? Blob storage is mainly used to store the virtual machine. It is used to store the unstructured data, relational data, or website hosting. Which of the following storage option provide the highest level of durability and availability in Azure? In LRS, GRS, GDRS, or RA-GRS, where you'll get the highest availability and durability. It's the RA-GRS, guys. What does LRS stands for? LRS stands for local redundant storage, location redundant, or limited, or live. LRS means local or locally redundant storage, location replicated storage, or limited redundant storage, or live resource storage. Once again, someone is trying to join. Which Azure storage service is best for the storing the structured NoSQL data? Suppose, guys, I'm planning to store some NoSQL data. So we should use blob storage, queue storage, table storage, or file storage. Table storage. So, guys, in case you're planning to store the NoSQL data, just go with the table storage. Which of the following is a type of storage account? GRS, standard GRS, premium SSD, blob storage, or general purpose V2. So, guys, I was explaining in the beginning, one of the slide, I was explaining we have three types available nowadays. We have the latest option available, which is called as the GRS, SSD, storage, or general purpose V2. Which one is the correct option? So, guys, there are three options available. I mean, general purpose V1 is retired. Nowadays, we have general purpose V2, means second version of the general purpose storage account is available here. General purpose V2. There's a slide I was showing you. What is Azure Blob Storage used for? Azure Blob Storage is used to store the unstructured data like image, video, and log, or it is used to store the research data, running the VM, or messaging between applications. Which of the following is not a type of storage? Blob storage, file storage, table storage, or queue storage? Remember, which is incorrect type? Now you'll say, hey, all four are available, but just think which one is incorrect. Actually, there's nothing like the file storage. It's a file share. We have blob storage, we have table storage, we have queue storage, and we have file share. So this is the correct option. It's not file storage, file share. It is mainly used to share the file among the multiple environments. What does table storage provide? Table storage provides the structured NoSQL data storage, file sharing, messaging, or SQL-based listener data storage. This is second last question. And last question. What is the purpose of queue storage? Queue storage is used to store the file, managing the SQL data, or storing and delivering the messages between application or hosting a website. What is the purpose of the queue storage? Okay, Gaurav, number 3. Shubham, number 2. And who is the number 1? Jagdish, congratulations to all of you. Number 4 is Prem. Number 5 is B Reddy. Okay, so finally it's time for Q&A. If you have any question so far, then please unmute and ask the question. Remember, this is one of the most important topic. It will take time. It was open, the session will open up to today. Now going forward, only will continue with the registered members. If you have any question, then please unmute and ask. If no, then we'll conclude this session and we'll reconnect next Saturday, same time.
Arade, in case if you want to modify the archive data, it should first convert to hot and then,
Yes,
right?
you have to change the tier.
Okay.
You have to change the tier. Technically, it is feasible. Also, all these implementation in next session. In fact, whatever the redundancy types are available, in case you want to change the redundancy type from LRS to GRS, GRS to RA-GRS, or RA-GRS to ZRS, technically it is feasible. We'll show you. We'll cover everything, but step by step.
Okay, thank you.
Ajaz Syed Ajaj, B Reddy, Dhananjay, Jagdish, OK Sola, Prem, Salesh, Shivam, any question?
No questions, but I found this session very engaging and interactive, and it's very insightful. So,
Okay, thank you. Still, if you have any question, you guys can call me directly on my WhatsApp number. Again, repeating, if you have any question, you can call and discuss. Okay, thank you guys. Bye everyone.
thank you, Arun.
Thank you.
Okay, see you in next session.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.